All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to shrink ourselves down, way down, to explore the wild, bustling universe that's teeming with life inside a single drop of pond water. It's a whole world hiding in plain sight. So let's dive right in.
I mean, really thought about it? You see the ducks, maybe some fish, but what else is going on in there? We're about to go on a kind of microscopic safari to meet some of the most incredible and usually invisible creatures that call this tiny world home.
Okay, our first stop is a real classic of the microscopic world. This is a little creature that looks like it's covered in a shimmering coat of superfine hair. Let's get to know the paramecium. So, what is a paramecium exactly? Well, it's a single-celled organism, a protozoan. But the key word here is ciliate, and that one word tells you almost everything you need to know about how this little guy gets around. See, it all comes down to these thousands of tiny hairs called cilia. The paramecium beats them in these perfectly coordinated waves to just glide through the water. But here's the cool part. They're not just for swimming. It uses those exact same cilia to create a little current that sweeps food right into its oral groove, which is basically its mouth. Talk about an efficient, all-in-one tool for life, right? Now, the paramecium isn't the only one using cilia to make a living. Our next little pond dweller takes that same idea and, well, puts a completely different spin on it. It's so unique it earned the nickname the wheel animalcule. And here it is, the rotifer. That name, wheel animalcule, is just perfect. It comes from this crown of cilia right around its mouth that, when they get going, look exactly like a pair of tiny, spinning wheels. Honestly, it's a little bit hypnotic to watch. And this is where things get really clever. You've got the paramecium and the rotifer, both using cilia, but they've evolved to use them in totally different ways. The rotifer's wheels create this powerful vortex, like a mini whirlpool that just sucks in bacteria and algae. And then, for getting around, a lot of them don't even bother swimming. They use this fascinating inchworm-style crawl to move across surfaces. It's a completely different strategy for surviving in the very same tiny world. Okay, our last creature for today is definitely the most complex one we're going to see. It's a segmented worm that gives us this absolutely unbelievable window right into its own body.
And this quote just nails the feeling you get when you see it. You suddenly realize you're not just looking at an animal, you're looking through it. You're watching its internal machinery working in real time. It's just awesome. There's no other word for it.
So unlike our cilia-driven friends, this worm moves using something called peristaltic movement. Just picture how an earthworm moves. It's that same wave of muscle contractions that ripples down its body. And because its body is see-through, you can literally watch its last meal travel all the way through its digestive tract. It's like a live-action biology lesson unfolding right before your eyes. So now that we've met a few of the locals, let's zoom out a little bit. Because these creatures, they don't live in isolation. They're actually part of a super dense, totally bustling, and interactive microscopic city. Yeah, that drop of water isn't some quiet little suburb. It's a full-blown metropolis. You've got paramecia, rotifers, and worms constantly bumping into each other, avoiding each other, and competing with tons of other organisms, like those little green euglena you can see zipping around in the background. It's a nonstop, dynamic, living ecosystem. And when you step back and look at it all together, the diversity is just stunning. In one tiny space, we've found three completely different answers to the same problem. How do you get around? You've got the smooth, hairy swimming of the paramecium, the quirky inchworm crawl of the rotifer, and the powerful, muscular waves of the worm. This incredible variety is what makes this hidden world so fascinating. You know, it really is a huge shift in perspective. What you might just glance at and call a drop of murky water is actually a complete and complex universe, with its own dramas and stories playing out every single second of every day. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If there's this much going on inside one little drop of water, what other amazing hidden worlds are all around us, just waiting for us to take a closer look? Thanks for joining me on this little exploration.